Hi there. I'm your daddy, little guy. Daddy. You're going to need a name, aren't you? Your mother and I have been talking. What do you think about
Oh my god, that is so awkward.
Snoop Lion.
That's a good name. Get the baby out of here. Move, move.
I take it back, this game's great.
Yeah, go play with your girlfriend. Nice.
Yeah, anyway,
People
shut
still
up.
have got- but now
Shut
they're
up.
cable
Shut
ties.
up. Let me do it. Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the JAR podcast, where a bunch of dudes there just chilling. If you want to support the show, head over to our Patreon, JAR Media. Just search that on Patreon. And that helps us put the yogs on iTunes, Spotify, and all that. So what have we got on the agenda today, fellas?
I'm Jamie, by the way. Hey, what's up, guys? My name's James House. Okay.
So we got James House, we got
do you-
Jamie, and I'm the host, Alex. Now what, folks? We got some things. Let's start this episode off with an Argy anecdote. Okay.
What's this interesting?
Be warning, audience warning, listener warning. This one gets hairy. Not literally, but just disgusting. I mean, like truly sickening.
Okay.
So a couple nights ago, I go to feed Argy. It was 5:30.
Normal, early time for feeding dogs, to be honest.
I heard that make sure you feed your dog before 7 p.m. just in case they need to do a plop. So I feed him at 5:30. It's just my thing. It seems to work out for him and me. So Argy, he gets hungry at 5:30. I pull out the bowl. I pull out his new food I got him. It's cute. It has his name printed on the packaging. I scoop out some food, pour it in his bowl, put it down. And then I walk around the living room a little bit, and then I smell something. I'm like, wait, hang on, where's this sudden gush of dog poo smell come from? And I think, oh no, has he done a poo inside somewhere? So I frantically search around the room, trying to find the source of this poo, this dog poo smell. And then I think, oh no. Lift up slipper, because I was wearing slippers. On the bottom of the slipper, 2 big rings of shit that I'd trodden in. But here's the question, I hadn't let him out for hours. He hadn't wanted to go out.
Where was the original turd?
So where was the original turd? So it became a process of, like in a video game, tracking where my poo steps had been. Living room completely covered in poo steps.
How
So I had
did
to
you
go
not notice sooner?
This is
Surely
the thing.
if
No,
you're
this
leaving
is the
poo
thing.
steps,
No, this is the
you'd
thing. It's a
notice.
mystery. It seems obvious. It seems like, how did you miss poo? I figured it out yesterday, and it is rank.
Okay.
It is so rank. So it remained a mystery for a couple of days. After I'd cleaned it all up, I just thought I must have, when taking out the rubbish or something, stepped in a piece of poo, walked it through the living room. But it was nowhere else in the house, so I was so confused. But anyway, a couple of days pass. One evening before I'm going to bed, I let Argy out for his final ablutions, and lo and behold, he's sniffing around. I see him doing something strange, and I say, "Come on, in you come. You're not doing anything." And he grabs something and walks inside. So and I think nothing of it. I think it's just a toy or something. He comes in. I know, it's embarrassing. He comes in to the living room, gently places down a piece of his own poo that he'd picked up in his mouth and carried inside.
What the fuck?
And proceeds to start eating it on the carpet. Argy, nobody. I know. It's embarrassing for you. So
That's
what he must have
embarrassing.
done is I'd let him out. He'd grabbed a little nugget of poo that he'd pooed earlier, brought it inside, put it near his bowl. So when I went and placed his bowl down, I would have stood in it. Obviously not thinking, because by the door is quite dark.
Mm-hmm.
Not thinking, oh, there's a piece of poo there that I've trodden in.
That's
What a fucking
You know,
nightmare.
apparently it's normal for dogs to eat their own poo. I was doing some research.
Gaius does not eat his.
Well, not every dog,
Poo.
but it's not bad for them, apparently.
I do not understand that. But
Think
why
about
did
the
he
stuff
carry
they
it
eat.
inside? What was the end goal?
You know what he's like? He likes to bring things in, take things out, that kind of stuff.
He's just a bit of a disgusting dog, Alex.
He's got character, unlike something else.
Don't start with this argument. We've been through this.
So, I think it's that time. It's that part of the show where we're going to head over to our in-house expert meme chatter for our segment of the show we like to call Meme Chat. Keemstar stole the idea from us.
Mm-hmm.
Take it
We're
away.
in a lawsuit currently with Keem. But once again, it's another bleak week for
I
us,
swear.
us fellow memers.
James, stop eating dairy
I
milk buttons into the mic, please.
I swear.
Think about all the new audio listeners just hearing.
I
Sickening.
swear to God, every week is a bleak week with memes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
that's what I'm
saying a thing about memes, is it not? Memes are just...
I'm gonna start with the evolution of a meme
Okay.
that we all know and hopefully love. It's TikTok. TikTok
I'm
memes.
sick of it.
TikTok memes have been refined into two, as far as I can tell.
noticed.
And that's hit or miss. I guess they never miss, huh? You got a boyfriend. I bet he doesn't kiss you.
We're going to have to explain what the hell you're talking about.
So it's some shit song that people tend to sing along to on TikTok or whatever the fuck they do, mouth along to it, and then make some lame ass video. And then due to the dual screen ability of TikTok, people make fun of them, right? And that the meme started there and it has ended there. And it's the same thing with what's the other TikTok meme? You won't know, will you?
No?
Okay.
With the Overwatch one?
There's the one where the girl gets pulled.
Yes.
Wait,
Right.
so there are multiple ones of those?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's loads. And there's more and more every day. And my favourite of all of these TikTok memes is the Overwatch one.
The worst one of them all.
No, it's not. It is the best one because have you seen the ones where like it starts with a guy holding a pair of headphones with controllers taped to his head, like he's playing with the headphones.
Oh, no,
You
I've
know?
not seen that one. I'm not...
And then the
yeah,
next
yeah.
one is like a guy holding his TV, like pretending that's the controller. And it's-
Singing along to what? Some Overwatch song?
yeah, that Overwatch song. I wanna be Tracer. I'm already Tracer.
By the way, it's nearly fireworks night for us in the UK, so if you hear random fireworks going off, it's not someone trying to kill you in the street, it's
Yeah, it's us
the mic's picking them
trying
up.
to kill you in the street. But anyway,
So
as
where
far
does this
as-
Overwatch song come from?
I have no idea.
Just some awful YouTube video.
I would
Probably.
assume so,
Yeah.
and it's always like the girl taking it seriously. Not
Mhm.
always, but I'm exaggerating. The girl
Majority.
taking it seriously, yeah. And then a dude just making fun of it. Sexism. TikTok is sexist.
Okay. Any others on the meme chat highlight?
This is a new meme. Alright.
Yeah, okay.
We're all familiar with the trilogy of Madagascar.
No.
One of them being an excellent film which I adore. Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted.
For some reason, the penguins from Madagascar have been getting the meme treatment. Right, and
What's the meme?
so it seemed to have... The earliest one...
Is
to
it
do-
the you haven't seen anything thing?
No.
Okay.
That's...
That's like Facebook 20...
Yeah,
no,
that's old
2009.
Facebook, like, joke tier.
There's another one as well,
So-
that I like to move it thing.
You know in Madagascar 2, like the old woman gets like hunted down by the penguins or some shit. Like she wants to hunt lions. Or
Yeah. God, that film is bad.
Yeah.
Apart from that awesome song by Will.i.am.
But
around the world.
The earliest meme I saw of the penguins was somebody had just dubbed over it, and the old woman says, "I'm gonna say the N-word," and then the penguins are like, "You're not gonna say the N-word. We're gonna stop you," and then they fight her. So that was the earliest meme I saw, and now it seems to have developed to Kowalski analyze, which was a line I guess from
that's one of the penguins.
Yeah, that's like the smart penguin, and the boss penguin is telling him to analyze something. So it will be an image with that at the bottom, with the penguin like Kowalski analyze. That's the meme.
So I'm liking this.
Yeah, it has a lot of potential, and I have seen some funny ones.
There's something. The Madagascar Trilogy is so interesting to me because the first one is dog shit, the second one is dog shit, and the third one is probably the best anime film ever made.
When was the last time you watched it?
When it came out on torrent.
You could not watch it again.
No, Jim, I could. You don't. When you see the I like to move it monkey thing, go over to the bear and have like a romantic relationship with a bear in a tutu at the same time as this robo mecha ultimate cop character who's running through buildings, and it's fun. It's awesome.
Don't you think it's a bit ADHD?
Yes. But whereas the first and second one are like that, but they're just kind of annoying.
I remember when it came out, you were just like, "Jim, come down here, look at this." So I came down to your room, and it was just the scene where she's like running through brick walls and stuff, and you were just like wetting yourself. And I was like, what?
It might have been because I was just expecting, here we go, another Madagascar. And I was like, oh my god, they're actually being weird with it. Yeah.
Stop flicking his ears.
Okay, continue. Any others of note on this?
The last one of note is that bloke on a green screen.
Oh, yeah.
And he says things.
Yeah.
And it's often to do with like, and all it takes is your mum's credit card, the 3 numbers on the back and the expiration date.
Yeah, you showed me one today.
Yeah.
So it's one of those guys you can pay to say anything you want. I
assume it's a guy you can pay, much like what was his name? The African man.
I don't know, but YMS has used him. Loads of people.
All the montage parody people used him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was left in the dirt.
He's been abandoned for a white man.
Bullshit. Complete bullshit.
Institutionalized racism in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. But this new meme, quite funny. The thing is with
more versatile.
But with those two, the original and this new bloke, the quality of the meme is highly dependent on the person who's telling them what to say.
Mm-hmm. So true.
It's too true. But sadly, that's the state of memes this week.
I'd say that's way better than the previous ones. We got the Madagascar one and we got that guy.
Madagascar and that guy.
That's way better than Skyrim. One of the...
Yeah, that meme lived and died in the space of an hour for me.
Skyrim bad, man. Skyrim bad.
Well, I've said enough on this podcast how much I don't like Skyrim. But we were looking at videos today from when you...
So yeah, on the Xbox One or PS4 or whatever, you can like record a clip from the last 30 seconds. And I didn't realise that my Xbox had saved all these clips going back 4+ years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just scrolling through them and...
Boom. We ended up on a bunch of Skyrim
When
vids.
Skyrim Definitive Edition came out, I guess I played it a bit.
And I think that game is not good one bit.
I feel like that's got to be added to the jar bingo sheet. Mentions how bad Skyrim is.
Yeah. Well, that's specifically me, because when Ruben's here, he will defend it until his deathbed.
No,
but Ruben likes Spyro.
Oh, we actually
And
talked
Sonic.
about Spyro.
We talked about Spyro with Ruben. This is directly from the word, the mouth of Ruben. And he said, Spyro, fucking gay dog.
Did he actually?
It looks
Pretty much.
It looks fucking bollocks. I'm not even interested in it, and I grew up with Spyro. No interest, and it looks just cringy.
It's gonna sell so well there. People loving it.
Did Spyro 1 come out after Halo 1?
Yes.
I guess.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Do some fact checking, Jim.
Okay. Talk while
Which
I do that.
Skyrim? What's it called? Spyro. Which Spyros have you even played?
Don't know. I've played a Spyro.
I remember watching like a neighbor play one of them and just thinking this is lame and I don't like it. I was slightly too old, I think, for Spyro because it was so kiddie even at the time. And seeing this like remaster or whatever, it's just like it just screams very late 90s, early 2000s mascot character design, like Crash Bandicoot,
It's all
Sonic,
the same thing.
Spyro. They all fit into a similar bracket for me.
And they've all kind of died.
Well, Crash Bandicoot's one did well, sold really well.
It's sold well because it has like an aura of being a very
I
difficult
guess
game.
Naughty Dog made it. You found out the answer, Jim, about Spyro?
That's crazy. Spyro is actually 3 years older than Halo.
Really?
1998, the year after I was born.
What console?
The original PS1,
the
right?
PlayStation 1.
Yeah, that makes
And that's
sense.
what the remake is of, right?
It's all of them.
It's like the
There's three of them.
three. That explains why the game looks so bad. Because it's like an old ass empty
yeah.
area with like diamonds to collect or whatever the fuck you do in that lame ass game.
We're really
God,
on one.
90s kids need to back the fuck down.
Any of the things 90s kids loves
No, but
actually good.
No, but
Ninja Turtles terrible.
Yeah.
Transformers terrible.
Spyro terrible. Crash Bandicoot terrible.
No, but that's the thing. I'm a 90s kid, was born in the 90s like you were.
No.
It's not the same.
I think a 90s kid is when they had their youth in the 90s. We had our youth in like the noughties, right?
No, but yeah, I know what you mean. But it's just like the stuff that our generation grew up with.
It's not all that different.
I never had any of that stuff. I was way before then.
Thanks for the explosions, neighbours. Do you want to flick the thingies down? Because that's going to be super annoying if that does not stop.
Well, it's your fault for moving us to bloody India.
That should sound a bit better now. Okay. Yeah, so I think we've come down on the 90s kids. You know what, seeing as we're pissing off every fandom in existence, I want to do my Overwatch rant, okay?
Hell
Oh no,
yeah.
no, you know how we feel about Overwatch. Come on,
look.
let it fucking out.
First it was... James has, I think, been the consistent anti-Overwatch one on this show, right?
Yes.
Because James, he started off... I don't remember you ever going on about how you don't like Overwatch.
You didn't really
No.
play it that much.
That's what I'm confused about though, because James loved Overwatch.
Yeah, but he did that complete 180.
No, but I had a reason for it.
What's your reason?
Like, I stopped playing before it went bad. Like,
All right.
when it first... No, wait. When it first launched, Blizzard didn't throw in all of their, like, shit into it. So it was just like this...
Yeah, they did.
It's like before they started releasing all these special events and limited collector's edition fucking skins, and now it's just like, you jump on the game, you play it. As soon as they did that, I was like, kind of fucked.
Well, listen, we got to be careful. We're treading on eggshells around these Overwatch fans.
Good.
So listen, my issue with Overwatch. So you were showing me some trailer for a new character, who's like a female character.
Ash. She's just a female John Marston,
a cowboy.
basically.
There's something about Overwatch and its art style and its advertising that seems so pandering to fandom culture and that whole internet vibe that it's had from day one. It was almost like cocky in the way that do you remember that first trailer where it shows like Tracer and the gorilla and Reaper and all that in that museum? It was like the reveal trailer or something. And they were acting as if they were already established like icons in gaming or something, like Mario and stuff. It was
because of like the plot of the game.
Mhm.
is intertwined with like how they're
Like,
trying to make these characters.
It's an
iconic.
ingenious business move. They clearly did a lot of market research, like down to the art design, to the like kind of cutesy midway between being
they-
kind of edgy, but
Yeah,
also
they have everything. They have edgy. They have like cool. They have cutesy.
yeah.
They have butch. They toss out any artistic direction, any one sort of vision,
Mm-hmm.
for the sake of casting as wide a net as possible.
Yeah, and it's paid off because the game
Yeah.
is absolutely fucking huge. The fandoms for it are gargantuan in size, especially when it comes to sort of the cosplay, fan art, porn, sexual culture behind it.
The sexual stuff is what's the weirdest to me.
Why is that the weirdest?
Like-
to me, it's the most fucking obvious. Look
Yeah.
at the way
It's
they
obvious, but
design
I
all of
mean,
their female
why did
characters.
they intentionally make an underage character and then have her wear like a skin tight thing?
Which ones? I'm not familiar.
The
Who's-
Korean one.
Oh, Diva.
Oh, the like mech
Yeah.
one.
She's not underage. Like, I don't think. She's like 18 or something. 18.
Even if the character in lore is underage, you could never tell because of the art style being so
Yeah.
cartoony and goofy anyway.
Mm.
But the point is, the way they design all the female characters is so just like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
They are all the same. Like, look at all their body types besides the Russian, who's like,
And that ice one, right?
yeah, they are all like the same, identical, like body, all of that, because they're trying to fit into that same.
These fireworks are driving me fucking crazy. Thanks. What do we do to deserve this?
We filmed on a
The
on a
Overwatch
Saturday.
fans are fucking coming for us.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The fireworks have stopped. But you can like the game all you want. Right?
Yeah, we're not talking about the mechanics of the game at all. We're just talking purely about advertising, art direction, character design kind of stuff.
It's so obnoxious.
It's cocky, obnoxious, and it's so cynical to me. Like, you
Yeah.
can see through every decision. You can see how it was all made through like market testing
Mhm.
and, you know, all that kind of group analysis, statistics kind of stuff. And it's like, well, with this demographic, this character will do well, and
Yeah.
with this one, we got to make sure we hit all of these different beats. And it's like,
But it's
Come on,
like that to do that. That's quite an accomplishment to do it the way they
I'm
have.
saying,
with
look,
how
in
fucking-
terms of creating a very popular new franchise in gaming that's successful, that people latch onto, business-wise, it's very successful. But to me, it's just, I can see through the ruse or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
what I found
There's just
is
something
that-
off about it. I always get this weird vibe. I get the same kind of feelings with Destiny as well. Nearly every Activision Blizzard product, but it's, you know, that's like so the artistic merits of it are so like being outweighed by the business side of it.
Yeah.
To me,
Of
at
all the
least.
game companies, they show the business mindset and business plans more than any other company.
Mhm.
Like, it's very clear as day that it's all
Well, yeah,
business.
and they use their fandoms as like a crutch, as their own little army to defend
Mhm.
their terrible shit as well. Like Overwatch has those terrible loot boxes or whatever. They almost paved the way because everyone's been
Yeah.
defending them, saying, oh, it's only cosmetic,
think,
whatever. And now look where we are.
Honestly, I think they're some of the worst packs
Yeah.
I've experienced in a game from
Mhm.
what little I've played of Overwatch. It's so unsatisfying.
And it's like they fill all these packs with loads of lines, so they add constant dialogue. That's just like 50 for each character. So it's just like they fill that. That's the fill of all the packs. So the
There's loads of
chances-
filler. There's like a
The sprays.
spray,
There's like 500 sprays or something, whatever.
and then there's like 2 good skins for the character that you want. It's like, so you just want me to pay and pay and pay and pay to get this one
and
thing
then
I
timed
want.
events and all this and all
It's
that.
like, fuck you.
Yeah.
What I found is, because I played it quite a bit, I found that when you really sit there and play it for like a few days straight, you really realise how bare the gameplay is. There's not much of anything there at all. It's a bare bones game, but the way they've done it, it's very easy to jump into, and that's why it's so bloody successful.
Yeah.
I didn't play the game enough to.
I can't really comment on the mechanics of it at all because I only ever
It's like
watched you
this-
guys play it when it was popular.
Yeah, I sort of
when it came out.
understand why people can enjoy it. And
Is it not supposed to be like the Team Fortress? Every class has
Yeah,
their
exactly.
role and they counter each other and all that. And I can see the appeal in that, but everything removed from that. I mean, whatever.
What I found is like, there's no satisfaction in like playing well, because no matter what, you get a kill.
Didn't you only play as a healer class though?
I did through the early stages because it was like, just I found that fun. But then I played as everyone, and that's when I realised how bare the game was. Like, I'm gonna compare it directly to Rainbow Six because in terms of satisfaction, that game's quite high up. When you do a really good play in Rainbow Six, you feel great. In Overwatch, because you get a kill no matter what you do. It's like, what's the point of even trying to play
Yeah.
well? There's no grip. There's nothing to bring you back.
It was funny comparing it to something like Rainbow Six. I think just because of what the subject matter is, it's inherently less fan servicey in that way.
it
But
still has fan service.
do people defend their crummy pack system in the same way?
No. I wouldn't say they do.
It depends, because I mean like with this, they just had a Halloween event, for example.
In Rainbow Six?
Yeah, everybody knows that's bullshit, and what they did with it. You get,
But Overwatch has been doing that exact same thing for years at this point.
yeah. I'm sure people do defend it, but
A lot of the general consensus of Rainbow for certain Rainbow Six things is a lot more negative than what it would be for Overwatch.
What I don't understand is like, even if you love the art style of Overwatch, you love the gameplay, you love the hook of the game, that doesn't mean you can't be critical of the crummy stuff in it,
yeah,
you know? Like, surely you should be more critical because you want it to be better because it's your thing, it's your favourite thing. You know, there's no good just sitting back and defending it because you're the only one who's getting screwed by it. If you're constantly telling them that it's okay, and now look, with everyone always going on about these Overwatch packs and how good they are, and they're even them from a business like PR level, they're always saying, hey, everyone's going on about Battlefront 2 loot boxes, but we're over here and we've been doing it our way and we think this is the best way, kind of shit. And it's like, fuck you.
If I remember, early on when the game came out, like a box was like £1.40, £1.50 for a box, which is fucking stupidly expensive for a single
that does seem really
microtransaction box.
expensive.
Might be wrong, but that's just what I remember.
No excuse for it, man. Dib pregnant pause.
He's doing it again.
Anything else on our minds before we head over into the break?
Well, you've definitely got an opinion on Rainbow Six Siege.
What's that?
You think it's like got no character.
No, let me clarify what. In the group chat, I was saying, I can't remember why it came up. I was talking about games that have character in some way. And I was finding it hard to come up with a
good game to hate on for no real reason.
No, it's just a fun little experiment.
What to you is a game with good character?
A game with character.
It can't be
Yeah.
a single player game because
It can't be a single player
We're
game.
talking in comparison to Siege.
See, a character doesn't necessarily mean
I know.
it's like a criticism or not, because like there are movies that don't have character, but the story and the acting and everything can still be good in it at the end of the day, but it can lack character, sometimes intentionally.
Yeah.
I would say, because it's just on my mind right now, I think Fortnite has character. That doesn't mean I like it necessarily, but I think it does have character to it. In comparison to something like PUBG, which has absolutely no character to it whatsoever.
That's
and that's why it's failing at this point, because what do you have to attach yourself to if not that?
How do you...
enough. No.
How do you quantify character, though?
Well, it's somewhat subjective, I guess. Like, throw something at me, and I'll tell you if I think it has any character or not.
I guess I would just easiest way is something that you can remember. If it's got character, you can remember it.
some
simplest.
personality, some flair, like a vision to it, you know?
So, but what I want to know is how you describe character. So,
We can try in part 2, but... Okay. Well, we'll come back after these messages, and we'll come back to that very note. Welcome back to part 2 of the Jar Show. Right, we're gonna get to the questions right after we finish this thing about character or whatever.
Yes.
What's your question?
I wanted to know, like, can you describe...
Can you
let's-
quantify?
Let's take Halo, something you love.
Okay,
I
this is a
imagine-
great example.
I imagine to you it has quite a lot of character.
Mm-hmm.
What gives it character?
Let's see. With Halo specifically, it would be the writing, the music, the art direction, the thoughtfulness and cohesion of all the world design and the story and how thoughtful everything is. Where contrast that with when 343 took over with Halo, and now suddenly the universe has no character, the art direction's different, the writing is coming from such a different angle, from such a different place.
And the music?
And the music, every element of it lacks that same cohesion that it once had. What else? How about, like, I have no affinity for, no pun intended, for any of the COD games. But
Where's the pun?
Affinity Ward.
Infinity.
It's in...
But I think some of the COD games do have a lot of character.
Black Ops 1,
Black Ops
baby.
1.
Black Ops 1, that is...
Black Ops 1 does.
Black Ops 2.
I believe the first Modern Warfare has character to it
That's
as well.
got as much character as Rainbow Six.
Yeah, they're equal.
To be fair, I don't know that one.
No, I'd straight up say Rainbow Six has more character than first COD 4.
And
You're probably right.
obviously, things with some kind of narrative, it's easier to embody more character, or what I'm trying to describe here.
But would you say Overwatch has character? It
yes.
does.
Yeah, so it does. It does have character. It's just not one that I like particularly.
Let's think of things that are good that don't have character.
Well, does Rainbow Six have character to you? Removing the character you give it from your memories with the game.
That's the thing. The other people that you're playing with give it character, like every situation.
But then by that logic, then Destiny is full of character because...
No.
Yeah, because it's the same thing. You're playing with friends. All of your memories of playing the game are raiding together, the funny moments and jokes you tell each other and all that.
I don't mean in that way. I mean the way the player characters interact with one another, you know, in terms of gameplay.
Obviously, I'm not the most familiar. You mean mechanically the rock, paper, scissors
It's
and everything?
thoughtful and has a... I can't remember the word you used.
But there's a difference between having like a really good fundamental design, like mechanical design, and a product there it is. There's the fireworks, for fuck's sake. We waited as well for them to stop.
What did I say?
And the difference, like a good example would be something like, you ever seen that movie Oblivion with Tom Cruise?
No.
That is a movie to me that has no character whatsoever, and it's just like everything about it is fine. It looks pretty, the story is relatively interesting, the acting's good, but at the end of it all, it's missing that X factor. It's missing that character.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to quantify.
It's like you say, it can work to the advantages of some things, and sometimes.
Well, like a lot of, I don't know, Stanley Kubrick's movies. Lots of them do have character, but some of them purposefully pull that level back and have a more detached view on things, and it enhances every element of it. I was just being pedantic was all originally. That's why I was making fun of
Well, but
Rainbow Six.
I assumed you were mainly doing it to piss off James and Ruby.
Yeah, because I knew one of them would bite.
And the thing is, you've never really liked that genre or that setting.
You mean like modern warfare
It's
kind
not
of?
any sort of military,
Because I don't.
modern-ish.
In games. I don't like it in games. I like it in movies.
Yeah. And I
just
think
not video
I
games.
think that's like fine. Like that's your thing. Fuck, this really hurts.
Stop. Leave it alone.
Yeah, I've never really liked that whole modern militaristic shooter thing. 'Cause it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a little too close to home to me. I don't want to be thinking about that all the time.
What I can say of Siege is that Siege has a very, not like on the forefront, but it has a very, the soundtrack it has is in the back, but it definitely does add to the actual game, like compared to other military shooters like ARM or like COD.
Yeah, it has a very signature sound to it. The
Like there's
soundtrack.
this, at the moment with Operation Grim Sky, on the main menu there's this certain song that's very tense, and it reminds me of that one scene in Sicario, and I get very strong vibes off that. That is character.
The thing though with Rainbow Six that I prefer to other military modern shooters is how goofy it is. Like
Goofy.
It's not serious, you know.
It seems
Okay,
like it. Off on the
you know,
front,
there's
it
like-
definitely does look it.
Rainbow Six has those sort of introductory cutscenes for characters and
Yeah.
stuff.
Which they only had for the original operators.
Those
base
original
game
ones,
characters.
from what I've seen of them, are like super bland.
Yeah,
Really like
but
exactly
I mean,
what I'm talking about.
That's the
Apart from
it's what I've said
Tachanka.
before. It's like the original like game when it launched. It was it was like so bland.
Yeah.
Like even the player cards when you pick the characters. I've said that the newer ones they actually have faces. They have more character than the original ones, which are very cardboard cut out generic spec ops soldier.
Interesting.
I think you're totally right. I was saying, it's more like what you get from the game. Like I can't see myself or see anyone being allured to the game because of its like character.
Yeah, it's
presentation
not
or
like
anything. It's
with something like Overwatch, a lot of people get into it because of the character, because
Me,
of the
I
art
was one
direction,
of them.
because of all of that side of it. But usually when people are talking about Rainbow Six, it's because of this ridiculous gameplay thing they did, or an awesome moment like that, or just how mechanically sound that game is.
And yeah, like Jim said, it is goofy. There's a certain level of just like
There are whole
quite-
like franchises and properties that purely ride off that character thing. Like look at something like Kingdom Hearts, which is just complete nonsense story-wise, but people are so attached to it because of that.
because of Disney.
Or like Final Fantasy 15. The only thing it has is that. That's the only thing
That's-
people like about
That's
it.
kind of, to me, like that is a characterless game to me.
No, yeah, definitely. Like I'm comparing
Like the
it.
4 characters in the game wear like black leather jackets. The 4 white boys that run around being cool.
I find that game also very mismatching because it's like you start the game and it's black suits and all of that, but then you go into like this fucking desert with like loads of like 70s
It's
inspired
definitely
stuff. It's
muddled, but there is something there to it. There is some. The game director, like, he has ideas. Sure, they're corny, they're dumb, they're stupid, but that's what a lot of people like. It's the same reason people love Kojima's games. Like Metal Gear is incredibly stupid and corny and dumb, and people love
Yeah.
that character, and they'll
But-
forgive things they
but
won't in other things because of that.
It's corny and dumb in a ridiculous, funny way. Whereas I found Final Fantasy 15 abysmal.
I find a lot of it funny though in that game. I don't really even like that game very much, but I wouldn't say it's characterless. I'd say it's clumsy in its execution.
I think when you imagine like Japanese JRPG, that is it.
No, because when I imagine JRPG, I think of
Stupid,
really solid games.
and a lot of character, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think of Final
Quirky,
Fantasy,
strange.
yeah, Final Fantasy 13, which
No,
is
but I
kind
mean,
of that.
I'm talking like a blurred image, like
The most, by the books,
Yeah.
as if like a machine was to print out a
Mhm.
JRPG. Okay. Yeah.
Time for some of them questions. Where
Yeah.
can people ask us questions, Alex?
If you want to leave your own questions for us to possibly answer on the show, head over to the Jar Media Reddit. There's a thread at the top. Before we begin, though, I noticed there's a post from someone called Bree Bix who says, "Hey boys, your shit is the shit, by the way, and I listen to it every night before I sleep. Anyway, is there any chance you could shout my girlfriend out? She's going through a hard time at the moment, and I think it would mean a lot to her. Regards, Jalapeno James. My girlfriend's name is Elizabeth. Cheers." Yeah, your totally real girlfriend. Shout out to you. Just joshing you, maybe. Sus Plant says, if you could change yourself into a video game... No.
Do you want to restart that question?
I'm going to start that again. If you could change yourself in a video game character creator, i.e. Dark Souls or Sims, what would you change about yourselves? My big fucking titties.
Yeah, I probably would make myself thinner.
The
So then I can
does
just
add
continue
hundreds of
eating
pounds.
donuts and shit.
You know,
Just
Imagine if every time you gain weight or like do anything, like fall off a cliff and break like loads of bones in your face, then you just go back to the character editor and just...
Yeah.
I'm gonna straight up say I wouldn't change anything.
Oh shit, son.
Wow,
That's
morality
confidence
much.
right there.
We just got...
This person, me, James, I'm this. If I change this, I'm not changing. I'm not James anymore.
It depends though, right? Because if it is the Dark Souls editor, you're always going to look horrible. And if it's the Fallout
True.
editor, you're always going to look kind of weird and janky.
Pretty much every editor in every game.
Oh my god, we're being attacked again.
Get your heads down.
Why? These people shooting fireworks off. What are they proving, man? Doing it right next to in this crowded neighborhood.
Yeah, at what time?
At
Some people
9
work
PM.
shifts. Some people gotta be at work
Some
tomorrow
people got to
morning.
record podcasts, you know? God, it's genuinely really annoying.
Well, there is a few good character creators, like Soul Calibur.
That one is pretty funny. I'd also give myself a sick as fuck beard.
That's a good one.
Do you not grow facial hair then? Does it not just...
I grow hair out of the two corners of my chin and one side of my lip. That's my facial hair capabilities.
Right now, it just kind of goes everywhere, and it goes... I have really bad facial hair growth.
No, you don't. You've got like a even 5 o'clock shadow.
I know, but this is like 5 days, Jim. It goes from completely clean to this in 5 days, and it's fucking...
That's fine.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
it's
everyone
too
wants.
No.
That is what everyone wants. Apart from the one man who has it.
It's always the way. Grass is always greener, yo.
Yeah, grass is always greener. I'm happy I only get like 3 hairs on my face every 6 months.
I'm happy mine's all golden, so you can't see it unless the sun
can.
perfectly shines at the right angle.
I can see it right now. No, but the problem is mine also goes ginger. So if I
Got something against gingers, do we?
Nothing.
Didn't
I just
realise
get
we
ginger
were
facial hair.
attackers on this show.
I used to be blonde, Alex, and I have ginger facial hair. I'm borderline ginger. Okay.
I am blonde.
That's something strange. I get one ginger hair out of my chin, on the right side of my chin.
Do you know? Actually, know
Really
what?
bizarre.
I'm actually going grey. Like greyness is morphing into my hair more often than now. Like that area is all going grey. I could be like 25 and be full grey.
That's fine though.
I don't know. Grey
I
hair's
think
incredible.
grey hair is cool.
I love.
I like grey hair as well. What about white hair too?
I'm gonna rock.
If
grey
it
hair.
was-
Roger Sterling looks amazing
He does.
in
to be
Mad
fair.
Men. Holy fuck, does he look good?
He looks really cool. I'd like to be 21 years old and look like him.
Mm-hmm. Never get ID'd.
You know what? I've never been ID'd. Ever.
Because you
That
never
I
buy
believe.
anything that needs for IDing.
Even when they just don't.
Jim, tell the story of what happened the other day. I don't think we ever did. Regarding IDs.
So I'm buying a bottle of wine, right?
Which obviously, why is a kid gonna buy wine of all things?
Right, whiny.
True. And I was buying the wine to put in a pasta sauce. I wasn't going to drink the wine to get drunk.
cooking something, which is
I
something.
was gonna cook something with a bottle of wine, right? And so I'm at the checkout, the self scan, do it all, and then the lady walks up and she's like, "You got ID? You look like a little baby." So I whip out my ID. I'm like, "There you go." Right as Alex walks up, and then
Because I was on a different self-scan, just
and
buying
Alex
my
had
own
just finished
goodies.
buying his own stuff, walked up next to me, and she said, "Does your friend have ID?" And
Not realising you even had wine on you.
yeah, because I'd gone away from Alex in the shop to get the wine, so he had no idea. So he came up to me. She asked for Alex's ID. Alex didn't bring his wallet because he wanted to pay with Apple Pay. So
Mhm.
she took my wine away, and Alex had his fucking car keys and his Apple Watch shouting like a 17-year-old has a fucking BMW and a fucking Apple Watch.
It's just it's ridiculous. Like there's a certain level
And
where
she took it away. I was close to like flipping out. I know technically she was doing her job, but like I wasn't buying it for him. I was buying it for me.
to use in
What?
cooking.
Yeah, why are you taking the shit away from me? Fucking hell, it pissed me off.
Like they
and,
have
and,
to do that.
and as if Alex is 3 years older than me. Right, when we stand next to each other, he looks older than me.
Yes.
Why did she ask for his ID?
Because he walked up and they just
It's-
have to cover all the bases.
I guess legally she did the right thing, but morally, she's the
Reprehensible.
Yeah, she's evil. She's an evil
like-
woman.
Why do you even matter? You clearly don't look like you're underage. So
Problem
why
is,
wouldn't it?
I remember when I worked in retail, they teach you, once you ask, you have to commit. You can't.
Yeah.
If they don't have ID on you, you have to take it away.
Mhm.
So she dug her own grave with that one.
What,
No.
by asking you?
Yeah.
I know, but I've had it to me. It's just like you go to buy a can of Red Bull now because you have to have a identification. And I was just like, no, I don't have it for fucking Red Bull. So I just didn't buy it.
What do you have to be, 16? Or
You have,
15?
you have to be 18 to buy
I
Red
thought
Bull.
it was
Really?
16.
18?
You have to be 18 to buy
Are
Red Bull.
you sure it's 18?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought
I'm
it was
pretty
16.
sure now it's 18 now.
I want to do a quick
the
fact
thing
check
is-
on that.
Yeah.
The person who had to ID me has ID'd me before. So
Mhm.
surely they'd know
That
that.
pisses me off.
They just know it's you. It's like this face is pretty noticeable when you've seen it once. You know this face
Alright.
because it's distinct, I guess. And especially when I go in at the same time, like in the evening where it's empty. It's like
Mhm.
I'm obviously that same person with
See,
that loud car.
It's hard to tell when you have someone who's kind of like a busybody job's worth, you know what I mean, where they love getting to ask people for IDs, aside from the people who they're just doing their job and they just don't want to get in trouble,
Mm.
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's under 16s.
Is it?
So you were ID'd for
Yeah.
a 16.
Yeah, I
I was
remember.
ID for 16 and I clearly look. I looked worse than this 'cause I haven't saved at all for like 2 weeks. I looked a fucking mess with these shorts. Like,
I remember not long
Still.
ago we were in the same Tesco, and I did a sneaky little deny of the ID because as she was walking up, I said, "Do you really think she's going to think I'm under 16?" And she would have definitely heard that, and she didn't ID me.
oh yeah, because I asked you. I was like, "Have you got ID?"
Mm-hmm.
And then you said that, and she was like,
I
walking
didn't know
up.
she was there, but she didn't ID me.
What were you
so-
buying?
Like a monster.
Oh.
Yeah, you were right. He was buying Monster.
I get ID'd for 12s still. I got ID'd for buying Infinity War on Blu-ray.
Really?
I'm not joking.
That is fucking lame.
I don't know what is it about your face because
He does not look young though.
you slightly maybe from a distance somebody might think you're young.
I think all of us look like men.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn straight. And we sound like men too.
I think there's certain things that like give it away. Because if you were holding car keys, I think people would just be like, obviously he's not gonna be like fucking 16.
Made me furious though.
I was ID'd for buying glue as well.
Glue.
Yeah, because I wanted to fix my wallet because it was coming apart.
Why are you fixing your wallet with glue?
Like super glue, because one of the flaps was sort of where you put the
What
coins in.
material was this wallet made out of?
It's a leather wallet.
Well,
He's
you call
using
yourself
super glue to
vegetarian.
fix a wallet. You
What?
stitch it.
No, you don't understand. It wasn't like the actual leather flaps, but the fabric inside.
Oh, did it work?
Yeah,
Because
what?
mine's doing that right now.
Surely you just fuck up your wallets and there would be a lump of glue. It's just like, what's the point?
No, you use one of those glues that just, it's not like a huge clump. Anyway, this is a stupid topic.
Just first you have mismatching cutlery. Now you glue a leather wallet back together.
Yeah, you don't understand the context. Anyway, jar is queer. Queer spelled the way we used to spell queer.
How did we spell queer?
Quire.
No, we always used to spell it Queer.
That's how it is spelled.
Exactly, we used to spell it the white
No,
way.
we would spell it wrong.
No, we would.
Anyway, they ask, if you could do one thing without suffering the consequences, what would it be?
I'd do the fucking biggest, just burnout down Alex's street for like a good minute straight and then drive off. Which I could probably do without having any consequences. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah.
Well, this question was if you knew there were going to be no
Okay,
consequences.
if I knew... I can't answer this question.
Jesus, Jim?
Ooh, say the N-word.
Mine would be, I'd like to just go through town and... You know, like when you nearly punch people in the head just to scare them and they kind of flinch away.
That's the lamest thing.
But just do that to everyone in town.
Why
And there'd be no consequences.
What would be the consequence of that?
People would think you're an asshole.
Yeah. Someone might
To be
fight
honest,
you.
People will just assume you're an arsehole anyway. You don't have to do anything in society for people to think that.
Is that true? I don't believe that.
No, I believe the opposite.
Yeah.
The majority
You're
of
in my
people-
good book until you do something twatty.
No, but some
I mean,
people don't think like that.
Some, not all.
I know.
And
that's
not
what I'm
most.
saying. That's why I
Some.
said some.
A few.
I said some.
A minority.
A minority is still some. Maybe it's me.
Just you.
Just because I'm just in a loud car and...
Apparently there's someone in this week's Reddit thread who like really wanted their question answered, so they were downvoting every other question to try and get to some. Don't know what the question is though.
I know.
I bet you it's a really good one about like...
Hong Kong.
Jar's Choir has another one. Is there anything that makes you irrationally angry?
Yes.
Rainbow Six.
Overwatch.
No,
I just think a lot of fandom culture in general pisses me off.
Yes.
I think you guys would know because whenever I get like really angry about something, I always rant about it in the group chat, and it's always like just the worst things. I'm trying to think of just things that make me angry, and I can't.
When people don't indicate.
Well, yeah, you've screamed while driving because people haven't indicated.
Okay.
I really wanted you to get the clip of you screaming at that guy from your dash cam.
Yeah.
Would have been so funny.
Okay,
couldn't
I do
handle it.
scream pretty loudly, but
I couldn't handle it. It was too funny.
I don't think I get angry at things. I think I'm a relatively chill person in general.
Ruben makes you irrationally angry.
Most of the time, yeah.
James is the
Actually,
the
no,
best
saying
at
that,
triggering Ruben.
James and Ruben are yin and yang.
Yeah. We trigger each other so hard.
No, but we go at it, but it's like at this point we both know it. So Jim will say something, we will just be like, we do this every other week, we're used to this, Jamie. we both know that it takes a tiny thing and we'll just go fucking ape shit at each other, just like insulting each other, like seriously. Then it'll just be like, okay, end. And we've done that for like how many years now? Just straight every year.
Like, ever since you've known each other.
I feel like all of us have the one that can trigger them the most.
Who triggers me?
Hmm.
And who triggers James?
Me.
That's definitely true.
No, just saying that. when there's sometimes I'll just be doing something and I'll think about something you do or say, and I just get angry at it.
There you go. I can annoy James so easily. All I have
Yeah.
to do is just do this. Minion Ray _3000 asks, who out of everyone in JAR do you think acts the most English?
Well, saying that,
When did you say it like that?
He's trying to do an English accent.
Oh.
we both have that same level of like pronunciation for words, like grass.
It's pronunciation.
Bath. Shut up, Jamie. Like we don't
Nunts.
we don't have like very many variables in how we pronounce things. We're kind of very similar in that regard, even though you're not even English. It's like
Who acts the most English? Well,
what constitutes acting English?
being a little
stereotypes. Being a stereotype, basically. A stereotypical Brit. Drinks tea.
You drink the most tea.
Okay, no, yeah, mate. Cool. I don't
Is
know.
Not confrontational.
yeah.
Alex.
Avoids confrontation in any form.
Is overly polite.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all are. Like none
Is
of us-
miserable all the time, especially when it's cold. Talks about the weather a lot.
That's just all of us.
Mm-hmm.
weather does not make me miserable. I just like
God,
complaining about it.
Recently, when the weather just dipped, I felt horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Just like unbelievably miserable.
I can't say.
Sad disorder, bro.
I think all
That's
of us
cool.
are very much equal in how like British we are.
Technically, I think you're the most British. Actually, no, aren't you like American?
Well, yeah. There's parts.
That means I'm the most British.
Wait, in terms of like, well, not even then, because
Yeah, who colonized New Zealand?
Okay, how about this? Who likes chalk ices the most? That's the
Okay,
simple way
yeah,
to.
James wins.
Yeah.
okay, I
I
have,
fucking hate chocos.
I do have American blood in me.
Scorpion Sandwich says, when you were younger, what was the stupidest thing you did during Halloween?
Did we film a video during Halloween?
Yeah, that's what. Remember, we did it. We did that bin video.
Moon Man lives in a bin.
Moon Man lives in a
That was
bin.
Halloween.
Yeah.
No, that was Christmas lights turning on. So
Was
that was
it?
December.
I could have sworn that was Halloween.
No, it was the Christmas lights.
Was
it? Yeah. Because
Why
we
did it
were-
look like such a nice day in that video?
Because it was sunset.
Huh.
I don't know. I forgot.
We were never into Halloween.
We probably did something when we lived in Jersey. But there was more
Went
of a community.
trick or treating. We were fucking mad kids. We were.
Yeah. I just remember hearing lots of stories of people being cheeky on Halloween.
We didn't do shit. Halloween was just like you get your sweets, and then you get out.
Yeah, you get your sweets, you get out, you check through them to make sure there's no poison in them, and then
No razors.
and then you really obsessively sort them into,
areas.
areas.
I've only gone trick or treating once,
What the fuck?
and after I went trick or treating, I went in a swimming pool.
Sweetest.
An outside swimming pool as well.
Cool story, bro. Bringing that meme back, everybody.
Lord Deden says, if you could force the other members of the cast to watch/read/play anything all the way through, no matter how bad or good, what would it be?
I'd make you play through Dark Souls.
I'd make us watch Fast and Furious.
Can't I
Tokyo
just play
Drift.
Bloodborne?
No. You had your chance.
Alex, we'll play through it co-op.
Bloodborne? Dark Souls 1.
Dark
James
Souls
couldn't
2.
beat the Capra Demon on Dark Souls.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, my mind isn't built for that.
Wait, your answer was Fast and Furious?
Tokyo Drift, which is gonna happen. You can't. None
Yeah,
of us
I'm
wants
not
to watch
against
that anyway.
Yeah, I want to watch that though.
Come
we
on.
need to watch all of them in one day.
They're too boring. You couldn't even do it.
No, Fast and Furious. Okay, Tokyo Drift is a bit boring, but the good parts are like.
I would make you read the Bible.
That's horrible. That's really horrible.
That's horrible. I wouldn't do
I
it.
told you I'm the king of triggering James.
No, Alex, if I had to do that in like a certain period of time, I'd kill myself.
And on that note, that's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening, everybody, to this episode of the JARCAST. Consider supporting us.
No, you should just end it there.
And
Just
listen.
end it on kill myself.
And we'll see you on the next episode.
Ciao.